Uh, what are the requirements of a private contract?
A valid private contract needs 6 things: offer, acceptance, consideration, mutual intent, legal capacity, and that the agreement is legal. These ensure a clear, fair exchange of value between all parties.
Can you break down those 6 elements of a private contract individually?
A private contract needs 6 things: offer, acceptance, agreement, consideration, capacity, and legality. All 6 are essential. If even one is missing, the contract might not be valid.
How could that possibly pertain to a legal contract if it has to do with law enforcement, like particularly a charge against a public trust name? And how could you redeem that on the private side? See, so basically it's like this. When they charge you, they're charging you with breaking the public trust. Even though they're breaking the private and public trust, they're charging you with breaking the public trust because they're saying they know better than you. See where it says illegality in public policy. A contract whose purpose is illegal. A contract that misuse public funds is void and unenforceable in court. Well, that's what they're doing every day. They're enforcing a contract by force, deadly force, and the purpose is to illegally misuse public funds, to usurp the public trust. So the second one says breach of trust as a crime. A breach of trust, while often a civil matter, can become a criminal offense. Misappropriation of entrusted funds, if it involves dishonesty or fraudulent intent. The problem that we have is the public doesn't know enough about this for enough people in the public to create at least a 12-person jury against them with public support, because they're going to hang those 12. They're going to go after those 12 people and their families. So if they don't have support with people, then it doesn't matter if they try to do that. They're going to persecute them. So let's move up. All right, so it goes into government contracts. That's where you get into gang stalking. I mean, you can get into gang stalking below that or cause stalking, but these corporations send their goons out to harass you, hurt you, just whatever they can do. It's almost like a black program, like a black ops. Public trust clearance, a pending criminal charge will like make an individual ineligible for public trust clearance. Well, that really is supposed to only pertain to federal or state contracted employees, of which we are not unless you work for the federal or state government, technically. Naming that on the private side, the concept of redeeming a public criminal charge on the private side. Impossible for the following reasons. All right, so here's where it's telling you why exclusive equity may or may not be able to be used depending on if you have a private trust or not, and you've retitled everything and you have your name and you own your own name. You can kind of cross that over and think about it as like, let's say you were an artist and you had, like, let's say Mario Ephraim Rivera was this person's born name, right? And then they were adopted and they assumed a different name. It was legally changed to, let's say it's Marcus Daniel Cross for the sake of argument. And let's say that Marcus Daniel Cross decided to later be an artist and he changed, or he created, well, he didn't really create, but he used his birth name as an artist name. But it was first his legal birth name. But now he's using it as his artist name. So how do you say that name is just a pseudonym or a pen name when it was originally a birth name? But you're using it as an artist name, or he's using it as an artist name. Let's say you trademark that artist name. So it means he has private control. He has private control of that contract of anything that they use that name for, and they have to pay him to use that name. So it's theoretically linear because the name that your parents put in your birth certificate is your common name that they gifted you, that you could, I mean, you could go an artist route or whatever you want to do with it. What I'm saying, it's intellectual property that was a gift, but it did not. But they gave you your first and middle name, not your last name. The last name has just been going along. You know, your parents got it, their grandparents inherited it, marriage, whatever. So that's where you start to try to open your mind to the word art that's in legal language and legalese language, which deep down it kind of gets to a debated, or a bastardized language or a debased Latin. Like English is a debased Latin name or a Latin language. So let's look a little deeper. I'm going to stop this here after the summary. Here's the end of the summary.